So you're starting to think about purchasing your first place here in BC. Or maybe you're just thinking about what you're going to be purchasing in a few years down the line. Maybe you're not even ready yet. This is going to be a fun video, kind of just a small little roadmap. Well, you give us some basic criteria on what we can look for when purchasing our first place in BC. So let's start off by playing that game that we've heard before, the who, what, where, when, how, and why. Let's not go in that exact order, but let's just start off with where, that big broad one. Where do we want to live? Now, is that such an easy question to ask? To some people know exactly where they want to be, but let's just, for everybody, where do we want to live? So let's start off big, BC. Okay, well, do we want to be in Vancouver area? Do we want to be just in Vancouver? Let's start asking some bigger questions like, well, I work in BC or I work in Vancouver. Do I mind driving from Coquitlam? Or do I want to be closer to work? Maybe the north end of Burnaby or right in Vancouver. Maybe I have in-laws and parents that I want to know where are very close if there's anything that goes wrong with them. Or if we have kids, we want to be close to them because they can come over and take care of the kids when we need the most. So these are questions you want to ask. Some other questions is like, if you're really big into the movies, do you want to be close to a movie theater? If you got the breweries, do you want to be super close to Port Moody? Tons of questions like that. Where's your favorite restaurants? Where is it safe for the kids? Where's the best schools? Start stockpiling maybe a list of important places or important things to your list. That makes it easier because you could say Coquitlam. Well, that's a huge area as well. There's subdivisions, there's certain streets that you want to stay away from, there's certain areas you want to stay in, there's certain school attachments you want to be in. So instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to move to Coquitlam or I'm going to move to Burnaby or Vancouver, maybe try to take a little bit more in detail of where and what and why, right? So that would be number one. Starting off, where do I want to live? Number two, let's ask, who do we want to live with? Okay, well, I'm single. I want to live by myself. Check mark. Do I have the budget for it? Check mark. Absolutely. Say you have a girlfriend or planning to have a girlfriend. Who do I want to live with? Do I have a bunch of friends that I want to live with? Do I want to have roommates? Do I want to have, my cousin, brother, sister, mother living with me just to make it easier for the payments? So ask yourself, who do I actually want to live with? Is this just going to be for me? Is it going to be my girlfriend? So you kind of want to, if it is moving in with someone else, ask for their opinion as well, because you don't want to get into any trouble later on. If it's not in a good location, you're going to have to relocate in 6 months, a year, because it's just not working. So ask yourself that second question. Who do I want to live with? Now, number three, I would start asking myself is when? When do I want to move out? Or when do I want to purchase my first place? That's as easy as saying it's 6 months, 6 years, 1 year, 2 years. Do I think the market's at its top? Do I think it's at its low? Just having an understanding of when you actually want to make this happen. You do want to have some grasp of when you want to move out, because if you keep saying, oh, I'm just going to do it in a couple years, or I'm going to do it, sometime, that time might not ever come if you don't have that distinct ready game plan to get going. So when the market does drop a little bit, you can attack when you're ready. So ask yourself, when is this happening? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? That would definitely give you a better edge up on getting ready, whether that's financially or if you're looking to move into someone, get everything ready in that sense. So give yourself a sense of when do I want to actually move or purchase my first place. Number four, let's ask what? What do I want to buy? Do I want to buy a condo? Specifically a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom condo? Do I want to buy a townhouse? Do I want to buy a ground level townhome? Do I want to buy a detached house? Do I want to buy a 1-story, 2-story, 3-story, a 2-story with a basement for a mortgage helper? What is it that I actually exactly want to purchase? Is it for investing? Is it for myself and my family? Is it just for myself? You want to start asking those questions so you're kind of certain of what properties you want to be looking for in the future. So say we're just going to say a single person, I want to buy a basic 1-bedroom condo. Great. Do we want to be in a high-rise or a mid-rise or just a 1 or 2-story? Maybe start asking yourself that question. Do I want to be a corner unit, inside unit? Do I want to live on the ground floor, second floor, top floor, no one above me? Those are definitely some good questions that you want to narrow out. There's pros and cons to everything. If you're the ground floor, you don't have to use the elevator. You don't have to worry about waiting in an elevator like some of the people at the very top of the floor. But then again, if you are, would you put your parents in the bottom floor, just for security reasons? If you do have pets, that's another reason to be on the ground floor. You don't have to wait for the elevator to come down or taking the stairs if your dog has to go to the washroom, especially being in a condo building. A pro of being on the penthouse or the top floors, there's no one above you, so you don't hear any sound above you, and you probably get a better view of everything if you did it right. So there's pros and cons of everything, but again, asking what is it do I want to buy? If right now you honestly can only think of what can I buy is what can I financially afford, well, there you go. If it's $500,000, you're not going to be able to purchase probably a townhouse or a detached house right now, but okay, that $500,000 could buy you maybe a 1-bedroom or possibly a 2-bedroom here in Coquitlam as well. So that would be my 4th question that I'd write down and kind of ask, what is it that I want to buy? Now the 5th question I would ask is why? Why do I want to buy? Is it just to get out from my parents' feet and get my own place? They've been bothering me a lot. I want to get my own spot. I don't really want to deal with them anymore. Hey, that's a great answer. If that's it, 100% go for it. Is it because you're tired of paying your landlord, $15, $16, $17, $18, $2,000 a month in rent, and you don't own the place? You're just paying this, bill, and you're not really getting anything back in return. Or is it because you want to purchase your first place to move in with your friend or move in with your girlfriend? Or is it to, start making some money? If you can purchase a 4-bedroom house, live in one, and rent the other 3 bedrooms, and those other 3 bedrooms can gain the same rent as the mortgage, well, then you're breaking even and you're owning an asset. So ask yourself, why do I want to buy? Is it more investment reason, personal asset, or for your own personal reasons, or it can be both, of course, but try to separate yourself and ask yourself, why exactly do I want to buy? It's just because my buddies are moving out or my friends are moving out, or like everyone seems like they got their own little place and I'm just left behind? Or is there something behind that you kind of want to dig deep and actually ask, why is it that I'm looking for my first place? And then I think it's number 6. The 6th thing I would ask myself is, well, how exactly am I going to do this? Do I have the money saved up right now where I can purchase a place, put that money down, and be able to handle that mortgage for, the next 25 years that you're paying off that mortgage? Or do I want to say, okay, I'm 3 years out. If I start saving now, I can have enough for that down payment and maybe a little bit money on the reserve, because I don't want to, be paying mortgage to mortgage and really tight on money. So ask yourself, how do I plan to afford this lifestyle or afford this asset? Even if it's getting money through the parents, I think I saw a stat, it's like over 50% of first-time home buyers are getting help from their parents in some way or another, whether that's purchasing, going in together on the deal, helping with the down payments. There's a multitude of ways that the parents are definitely helping out. And then I guess would be another way, if you don't have that help from the parents and you don't have enough money right now, but you really are itching to get a place, you could pool together with some friends, hopefully very trusted friends, or a brother, a sister, or just maybe one friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend. That is one way to make that mortgage a little bit easier on you, because to be honest with you, from going, especially from living at your parents' place to affording a $2,000 mortgage a month, it's a bit of a change. It's like, wow, that's $2,000 that I was using for blank, blank, and blank, and now it really has to go to paying my mortgage because I don't want to default on that. So ask yourself, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to afford the down payment? How am I going to afford the mortgage payments and, other utilities and costs like that as well? So I would definitely write down how I plan to do that. That concludes episode 1 of this series. I'm going to have a couple of really great videos coming afterwards. We're going to go into detail on certain things like the mortgage, down payment, and certain things like that. So when we do it all, it's not going to be so scary as when you just go out and buy yourself something without, having this knowledge. So I really hope these videos are going to be a lot of value. If they take, I know it's, these videos might be 5-10 minutes, but this time hopefully will, give you that reassurance and hopefully, make it up monetary as well for you guys to watch these videos so you don't make mistakes, especially mistakes, and hopefully it does help you add value when purchasing your first place. But please, if episodes 2 is ready for you guys to watch, click the next video so you can get all that knowledge at once.